Everybody who just walked in using the QR code over there. I'm gonna minimize this. Okay. Yeah, the QR code for attendance. Everybody got that? Cool. Okay, and important GDSC updates. So GDSC at our welcome meeting, I said we're rebranding to Google Developer Groups, GDG, on campus. So we finally got access to our GDG on campus page. It looks like last year's page, if you guys are familiar. Make sure to join that. That has all of our events coming up and updates and stuff like that. And if you're part of the Bevy platform, which it's hosted on, you can access other updates from GDSCs locally and Google Developer Groups. So that's like Detroit, Ann Arbor, people who run Dev Fest and stuff like that. So be sure to be a part of that. We send event notifications through here as well as Victor's link and stuff. Okay, so also our pre-hackathon event is going to be taking place Friday, October 4th from 1 to 5 p.m. We talked about this in the welcome meeting too, but we are having registration closed next Friday. So not tomorrow, but next Friday. So if you haven't signed up for this and you can attend, make sure you do that super soon because we're at, I think, like 65% capacity. So we can only accept a few more people because of ZF's capacity rules. So be sure to do that. And here's the QR code for that. And if you have any questions, speak now or let us know later. Okay, nice. So let's just go ahead and get into it then. Do you want me to introduce you?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, hi everyone. Oh,
Recording stuff? Yeah. Okay.
okay. Hi everyone. My name is Huda. There is an intro slide about me on the slides, so we'll get into that. However, I just wanted to echo what Shem says. The pre-hackathon event probably was one of my favorite events. So everyone should probably scan that QR code and get registered to go. ZF is a local automotive supplier company here, and there's real engineers that are going to be working with you, and you're going to be able to connect with them and actually work on something with them, which, we don't always get a chance to do something like that. Can you close it? So yeah, definitely do that. I'm going to be there too. Okay, so actually let me, yeah, okay, it's showing. All right, ready. So this is our react.js slides here that we're gonna go through. I was hoping that today would be just kind of a chill, get everyone aware of what the JSX language is about, some of the syntax that you need to know. A lot of web frameworks are the same. You have Flutter, or you have, there's also React Native, not React JS. There's also like Django. And actually, one of the things that I've started with was Django. And once I learned Django, I felt React.js was just something easy to get into. So once you know some, basics of kind of how this web front end languages work, it's kind of easy to get into. So a little bit about me. I actually really like Spanish. So this is a part of that also because the Slides Go theme was originally in Spanish. So I just kept it in there. But so I worked as at Bosch as an intern for 2 years. I worked on ADAS features, working on brake stuff to validate that. Now I currently work with Ms. Shams Ehsan over here at ETAS in automotive AI cybersecurity. I'm working on integrating AI into cybersecurity testing to make it better and see if we can, enhance and get to more vulnerabilities that way. And then last but not least, I'm also a Google Women Tech Maker Ambassador. I started out here as a GDSC member and worked my way up. And so now I'm a Tech Maker Ambassador. Really just want to say that everyone here, you're doing a really great job by just attending some of these things. A lot of the people that are here at these events, they're kind of like you. They want to get better. They want to grow in their careers. And I feel like I've found my people here like Shams and Saad who are here with me today. There's also Faith and Kanika. So really these people are the people that you're going to be working with and going into the industry in the future. So now that we're past that, we have about an hour and 30 minutes And this is kind of what I was thinking we're gonna go over, setup. So I've been to a lot of these different workshops before, and I've seen how they go. They'll say, all right, let's like, open your IDE, let's CD to where you want to go. And then also I'm gonna like implement this crazy function right now that you're never gonna be able to follow. And then it ends up you just like kind of sitting there and not doing anything because you can't actually follow what's going on. So hopefully I'm going to go slow enough here in the setup so people actually follow along, if you want to. Then we're going to go into just some basic common JSX syntax. And then at the end, we're going to do a portfolio, just to have something like a starts of it. I don't think we'll actually get into finishing it at all, but literally I created my portfolio in like 30 minutes and then posted it on Vercel in like 10 minutes. And now I have on my resume a nice link to my portfolio with my website. So it's really just a nice, easy thing to have. Let me know if Jana is speaking and I can't hear her. Yeah, I think that's it. I wanted to ask though, like, how's everyone's level of, has anyone here heard of React before? Can you raise your hand if you've used React before? Okay. So we're like half. So the people that said they used React before, have you done router stuff? Okay. Okay, so there's like 4 people in here that's done router stuff. So I hope this is not too boring to follow along with. I have some fun facts in here just to make things go by if it is a little slow, but okay, we're gonna get started though. So here's the first few things that I want you guys to do to set up. First, I want you guys to open up an IDE, any of your choice. I use Visual Studio Code. Who here does not know what an IDE is and has never heard of Visual Studio Code / doesn't know how to open it? Raise your hand. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna come to you guys in a second. After that, I also want to make sure that you're able to clone from GitHub. Who hasn't heard of GitHub? I'm gonna look at my people that haven't heard of an IDE. No? GitHub? You've heard of it? Okay. Okay, a little bit. And then have Node.js installed. So for this one, you're just gonna Google Node.js. And if you can't Google Node.js, I do have the link linked here. Should you share the slides with everyone? Okay, so you can literally click that link. I made it as easy as possible, but you're gonna download the most stable release, the most recent version. And I'll kind of actually let me just open it right now. So yeah, you're gonna download this one. Right, okay, so just Node.js and the first search that comes up and then download that. And then I want everyone to verify that they have Node running and they have the most latest versions by doing Node -v and then npm -v. Okay? Everyone got it? Okay. So I feel like maybe 10 minutes is good. 10 minutes to make sure everyone is set up here. So I'm gonna play this that I have embedded in here. It's called the sleeping cat timer. I don't know what it is. Okay, I'm coming to the people that raised their hands, but if you already have this done, I'm gonna start talking fun facts.
Whoever needs help with this, raise your hand, we can help you. Okay. 1 sec. I'll do it in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, hold on. Yeah. Maybe the links. Something. I don't know. Is it in the show?
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking,
Yeah.
yeah. And she just told me how to do it. But I kind of before, yeah. I'm just like, yeah. That's just their own. Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay, master.
Yeah, we do. I have that one.
It's in the next slide too, but. Yeah, you're supposed to know. Yeah, it'll be integrated.
I only have it to my.
Yes, set code.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, it's extension of that.
Oh, I mean, okay.
Yeah, Visual Studio Code,
The
the blue one.
blue one, the blue one.
Yes.
The purple one.
Not anymore.
Or
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Thank you, ChatGPT. So, while people are installing, I see some board faces, so I'm gonna also go ahead with,
Check if you have Node.js properly installed, if you do those two commands at the bottom.
yeah, no,
Node active in your command line. terminal.
yeah. And if you need any help at all, don't, yeah, don't be shy, raise your hand. We want you guys to actually learn something from this and not just go away with like wasting an hour, okay?
I didn't have to see all. Yeah.
Okay, some other things you need to have installed that is extra, and I'm keeping these for my extra people who already have everything installed. Does anyone here have the React developer tools installed on Chrome extension? Okay, good. Good. And then how about this ES7 React Redux React Native snippets? Oh my God,
Yes.
they're so good. They already have the no. It's just much easier to code and React with it. Yeah. Okay. That's giving away too much.
I have
How do you get access to the slides? Nitin has a question and did not raise his hand. Raise your hand, man.
Oh, I'm excited. No. You never did. Okay, bye. See you.
Bye, Nitin.
See you. Thanks. Just ask a question. Okay.
Okay.
You gotta go.
It is recorded.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay. How do I delete it? Yeah, true. That's funny. Oh, is my camera on right now? Oh my God, why didn't you say anything? Okay. Anyways, okay, some stats. Well, okay. Never mind.
Yes, but,
This is the extension name. Do the one with the star. There's a green star next to it. Do that one with the green star. Okay.
What?
Some statistics while everyone waits is React is in high demand, everyone. So you guys are doing a great job by being here. I already said that, but I want to say it again. This is my laptop. So in America, React is most popular. If you know, Facebook, Instagram, Airbnb usually use React and want React skills in their job descriptions. My friend, though, recently worked at Ford and she has used Angular, though. So Angular is again in there, as you can see right there. And it's used more for enterprise. So I would say like any super big companies like Microsoft, Google are going to be using Angular instead of React. And then it's also Angular is very, very, very commonly used in like German companies and different places in Europe. I would also say that Vue.js is becoming is up and coming. It's already widely used in China and Japan, but do you have something you want to add?
Huh?
You have something you want to add? Okay. Yeah, it's also it's widely used in China and Japan, but also it has a lot of cool new features that I would say like React and Angular don't have. Not sure exactly what it is, but I do know that a lot of people are wanting to use it instead of React and Angular. Also, while we're waiting, because I still see some people working, let me just tell you about how everyone dogs on React frameworks. Yeah.
They're in the WhatsApp group chat.
And the Zoom. Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. So, Nathan, do you know anything about React being kind of hated upon in this coding industry? Yeah. Have you seen any Fireship videos and how, yeah.
Like all.
Yeah. Fireship is a really good YouTube channel. I don't know why I'm recommending it in my workshop right now, but like to get to know like the language and lingo that computer science people use. Because personally, as someone who did not have any background in computer science, didn't have parents in computer science, and didn't have friends in computer science, like it was good to like if I wasn't in a group or something that, you know, like no, there's sometimes not to bring up issues like this, but I am a woman tech maker. Sometimes there are like guy groups and they'll like talk about the latest and best technology, and I felt a little left behind, and that's kind of why we did GDSC in the first place. But I also like used Reddit and like Fireship and different YouTube videos. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I move on? You were ready? Okay. Okay, so I think everyone's ready here. So I'm excited, guys, because we're finally on setup part 2, which is actually opening terminal. Make sure you go to a place that you want your project to be, because sometimes I will open it and then do it in like my home directory, which is not very organized. And then we're gonna use this npm create byte at latest. And then this project name I used because, you know, whenever I do these tutorials, they always use like my app or something. And it's like, how am I supposed to know if my app is needed to be my app or not? So I use specific anytime. You don't need to like follow the syntax or whatever. I just put in something weird there. So this is what I did. A lot of you who might have like used React before might be wondering what Byte is, because you often use create app, right? So create app is nowadays bloated and is being out of favor. So we're switching over to Byte. Later on in the portfolio making stuff, it's a lot of the stuff on GitHub still uses create app. So
Just wondering if that should be, yes.
no, npm. You have a good point though. I did npx at first, and then I realized it's npm. I don't know. It's npm. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, so later on we're gonna be using create app, but just for now, just to like show you guys how to open up a React app, we're gonna use Byte. And then once everyone has that, we're gonna CD into the actual project, do npm install. npm install is going to download any dependencies in your package.json, and then you're going to do npm run dev, okay? Once you do that, you should get to a screen that looks like this. Let me know when you get to a screen that looks like this. Okay, yeah.
Anybody needs help setting up these commands? Okay. A lot. Okay.
Yay, okay, I'm happy. People need help.
And then. Oh, yeah.
Which variants to JavaScript and TypeScript?
Okay, this is a good point. Let me actually go through it once, like on my actual computer, okay, guys? So pay attention now. Okay, so ignore this. I'm also gonna go ahead and delete anything that I already have open because I I don't want anything to be like, oh, she already had it there. Okay. So first of all, I'm gonna open my terminal. I think it's Command plus, right, guys? Command plus. Okay, can you guys see that better?
Yeah.
I feel like that's worse because it's okay. Okay. Okay, this is good. So now we're gonna CD to, I'm gonna go to documents and then I'm gonna do npm byte at latest, so at latest, and then my name. And I'm gonna make sure that that command's right before I run it. Okay, this is good. All right, I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, okay, great. There you go. Thank you. Great. Okay, then, yeah, yeah. My bad. Okay, so now you have this beautiful rainbow looking thing, which I really appreciate and like. We're gonna be using React, as you might have guessed. And we're gonna be using JavaScript just because we don't want to do anything fancy for today's video. So we're gonna be doing JavaScript. And there's also this fun remix option, but we're not gonna do that. Does anyone here know what TypeScript is? You want to raise your hand? All right, Hisham, what's TypeScript? Okay, who wants to add to Hisham's description? Nathan.
I mean, it's not actually typed, it just checks types and compile type, but if you want to like non-cat types, it's still gonna let you like compile and stuff.
Okay, I have a worse version of this thing. I just think that TypeScript's a bit easier when it comes to like syntax and stuff. I would kind of do an analogy of like Kotlin and Java in a way. So this is why. What? Okay. Okay. npm create. Yeah. And then I'm gonna enter for JavaScript. And now it's actually telling me what I had on my slides before. So I'm gonna CD into my project directory. Okay. And just to give everyone a visual of like what's going on, I don't know if this will open. Yeah. So when we do npm install, it's looking at this package.json and installing everything into here that's in here onto your project, okay? Someone can correct me if I'm wrong in this, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and do npm install. Just regular JavaScript.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, and now we have this wonderful message that says found 0 vulnerabilities. Anytime you get a project from GitHub, this message will not be there. There will be about 100 vulnerabilities that you're gonna have to figure out. So, yes. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my slides.
Right. We're trying to make ourselves like, and then I just get like
All right.
2,000.
Slides. What's your name? Aditi. Okay. Aditi, you have a good point. No.
Where are you at? Your NPM install. Okay.
Yeah. Is everyone good with npm install? Okay, thanks Hisham for using your voice. Everyone follow Hisham. If you are lagging behind, tell us that you're lagging behind. Yeah, I'm a volunteer. Yeah, Hisham's a volunteer too.
That's great.
What happened?
From the command.
Oh my god. Guys, can I show you something sad? This is why you shouldn't get Mac.
Is it captaincy or something?
No, it's not. I swear. It's like we don't have it. It's really sad. I'm telling you. You can look at it.
That's so sad.
So like
Everybody's ready, right?
basically when you do code dot in a terminal with Windows, it will pop up in Visual Studio Code. So you don't have to find the directory. Okay. We're ready? Okay. Is everyone on the npm run dev? And then they got this thing that says localhost 5173. Did everyone run npm run dev? Okay. So we're gonna type in this over here. npm run dev. This is the last. Yeah, everyone run this. Yeah.
Apparently you can install the code, like, finally. Company is close to that, next time you type it.
Nice. What?
We should go.
No, I recommend Mac.
Yeah.
I recommend. Oh, yeah, I'm a CS major. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you mean this repo's public? What are you guys talking about? What repo? We haven't even got to any repo. Okay, I'm coming over there. Let me put.
Actually, free because I don't know. Okay.
You can
Yeah,
always
they-
answer the question.
Oh, it's a CD, it's what you can do. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
I remember,
Yeah.
oh, I remember this one I know, doing something similar with actually. Yeah, I'm a hacker, but I'm gonna hack into the.
Okay, set up your complete, everybody's ready. Everybody's at local host.
Okay, everyone's on local host. Okay, so does that mean that everyone's on this screen now? Shams can answer this question. What do you mean? Okay, so localhost, I don't know exactly the definition, but it just means that it's not running on the web or anything. It's just running on your local machine. So you don't need to be connected to the internet at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Every computer has their own IP address, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Has their own like network setup, right? So on your computer, you have a personal IP address, which is localhost. And when you post on there, you can go to web browsers, and the web page that's only visible to you. So that's.
Yeah, Shams. Woo! Okay.
That's all.
Okay. All right. I think that's it. Okay. So now that everyone has gotten to this part of the thing, now we're gonna go ahead and delete it. If you wanna, actually, before you delete it, let's just look at the. I see so many people are disappointed. I guess I didn't think this would take. Okay, I'm sorry. So this is what the project structure will look like if you open it in VS Code. This is what we're looking at. Source is like the main thing that I look at. The first thing I really want to open or I look at is app.jsx. as you can see, this Byte logo, this React logo are all things that we just saw, right? In here. Yeah, here. So this is just whatever we put in that app.jsx is rendering onto your screen. Also, another important thing here is this index.html. It's a single page application, so it's just taking this main.jsx. Main.jsx is just taking in app.jsx. So it's just kind of like whatever, recursive, like it's taking in the different things. But basically, long story short, app.jsx is what we're going to be working with a lot. Now, if you want to delete this one, you can delete it. If you don't want to delete it because you feel like you've fallen in love with what you've made, then don't delete it. But now we're going to go into the actual like JSX crash course. So this is just going to be a lot less interactive, a lot less like moving around. It's just going to be you listening to me talk about what JSX is. So if you already know about all of this, maybe you want to like go on your phone for a while or something. So I'm going to move to the next page. So these, I think, are the 3 buzzwords of JavaScript XML. And JavaScript XML, as you can infer, is JSX. The first one is components. The second buzzword is states. And the third buzzword is hooks. Okay, so components are going to be described in the next slide. But I want to look at this web screen. I think it looks pretty bright over here. I was worried about it being not bright enough. But can someone raise their hand and tell me how their brain is kind of like categorizing the different parts of this web page that we see here? It's you know, there's some really good hints over here. It's like outlined. So if someone want to just raise their hand to like raise their hand for me because I created the slide. Raise their hand. Okay, Nitin. What's your name?
Ali,
Ali? Ali.
Yeah. you have like a navigation bar, which
Yeah.
has like probably like hyperlinks that lead to different parts of the website.
Yeah.
And then you have like the main body.
Okay.
Called the hero header.
Yeah.
And you have like the content on the bottom. Then you have notification text, which just tells you what the new courses are. And then you could write your email in that box, then it notifies you.
Right. Okay. Thanks for summarizing that. I think you did a really good job. So what I'm trying to highlight here is that let's say we want notify form in not our homepage, but in our about us page. In normal HTML, I don't code a lot in HTML, so I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure you would copy this whole notify form, like this part in your HTML code, and you would have to create a page called about us, and then you would have to paste that whole notify form code again. There would probably be lots of repetitive styling, repetitive code, and JavaScript and React, these different JavaScript web frameworks are built so that we can have reusable parts of the page. So that's kind of what I wanted to say about components. This is also a thing, again, like in Flutter. There's different things, I think they call them widgets in that, but basically, if I want to make a change to notify form, notify me, I don't have to go to about us. I don't have to go to, another site of the page or the home page and change that in all these different parts. I can just change it in one part and it will change in all my different pages. So it's very easy to scale and maintain. We can get props passed in and hold their own state. I go into props in a second, so if you don't understand what that means, don't mind. And then this common structure is writing a function in actual JavaScript and then returning JSX. So just to quickly show you what I mean by that is in this app.jsx that you all should have now, we have this big functional component called app, which is our main big function. Then inside here, we have this constant, and this is something like, even you could do like const x equals 0 or something, right? So this is like any like variables or anything you want to put in here, you can put in here, and it's kind of just like JavaScript, right? If you want to add even like an if statement, you can write an if statement here and write any functions that you want over here. But ultimately, what's actually going to be rendered on the page is everything after this return statement. Okay, so this is what we're returning. This is JSX. It kind of reminds me, and I think it reminds a lot of you about HTML. You see a lot of these like H1, this paragraph tag, right? So this is just kind of what I wanted to show you. I think you'll get more familiar with how this works as we move on, but this is the basic structure, okay? Let me go back to my slides. Okay, so the second buzzword that I'll quickly go over is a state. So the biggest thing is components will manage the state. So each individual component is in charge of managing its own state. That means that we can have one component taking in something and one component doing something else, and it will all come together into a nice website, a nice homepage, and they can all be doing their own things, and we don't have to worry about how it affects the whole website, right? So I would think of state, you kind of saw it in that app.jsx, but it's almost like a variable, I would say. But the important thing is it's not just a variable, but it also manages the changing of the UI. And an example of this can be an input form, a counter like we have in our home like default page they gave us, and a button, it being open and closed. So again, like this is a use state hook. Actually, let me move on to my next page because it's kind of similar, which is this hooks. Okay, so in hooks you have these React built-in functions. That's what a hook is. This third buzzword that I would say is there. The two that we are really gonna worry about is use state and use effect. There are some other functions like use callback, use history, but actually a lot of these functions are being phased out in React 19 or whichever new version of React coming out. The main two ones that I think are here to stay is use state and use effect. So use state again so this is what I wanted to show guys. It's like, sorry. Okay, so use state is this thing right here, this set count. So what we're doing here is we're saying that we want count to be set to 0 to start with, and then anywhere else in the code we can go ahead and actually set that count to something else. So every time the button is clicked, it should add 1 to the count, and then we will store that variable in count, and this component, this app.jsx, will remember that the count is whatever. And that's why when I click count over here, it's going to remember what my count is because it's getting saved in that set count. We're setting it every time the button's clicked, and then it's getting stored in that count variable. And I'm not expecting you guys to like really understand all I said. I just want, again, to talk through it and so everyone's more familiar. So props is something that I mentioned earlier. It's short for properties. Props are like function arguments, and I'm keep making these analogies to programming languages because I'm sure all of you guys have at least learned C++ or any like first programming language. It's basically a function argument, but the cool thing is it can also contain properties about the UI. So like if the button has been clicked or not, has the modal been opened or not, has the description, has someone clicked see more in the description. And this way we can remember how I said that there's so many different components on one website. With props, this is how we actually tell another component, hey, the state of this component is this. And then we can write logic that says, if the component is this state, then do this. Okay, so this is actually props is how each component communicates to each other. Okay, so the next few small extra things that I'm going to say is like this FL statement, icons, router, and mapping. These are all related to JSX syntax, some small things, and then the router, which is just a very fundamental navigation page because almost all websites now have a navigation page. So I just want to touch on that. But we are going to take a small break because small break because that was a lot of information and I bet everyone's tired. So we're going to take a 5-minute break and yeah. Okay, 3 minutes is your break, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it means that that port's already being in use, and apart from that, honestly, this is a better question for Shams. I told you, like, I don't know exactly what the answer to that is. Shams put me on the spot and she's asking about localhost. Thanks a lot, Shams. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was wondering if the presentation was public, so I can access it. I know other people were using it.
Yeah.
Exclusive to some members.
The presentation is public and you can find it on the WhatsApp.
All the CECS website, what's that?
The Google Developer Student Club website.
Websites.
I mean, WhatsApp. Actually, how about you ask Saad about can you show him the GDSC website and add him to the GDSC WhatsApp? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So it's just for resources.
What?
Yeah, you're gonna talk about today. Then.
Except for building your portfolio, but you have like a class or something. Oh, man. It's in the recording. Okay, yeah, okay.
There's other issues too, you know. I start with.
The break is for me. I needed a second. Okay, just can you call everyone back in when they're ready? Yeah.
Break over, 5 minutes left. No.
I want to take as much time. I don't have much left.
The portfolio, like, make that.
Barely. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Ready for, okay, I've always wanted to try this. What do they say? Oh,
Can you hear me?
if you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice.
Okay, good.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so now that we've briefly covered a little bit about JSX and how things work and everything like that, can someone tell me what's going on in this code over here? Yes, Hisham.
You're creating an app. And probably JSX.
Yes.
And then you're starting with constants, like name, X and Y.
Right.
And then you're returning HTML. Returning HTML. Which
Okay.
uses variables.
Yeah. And how many people have used F strings in Python? Yeah, so this kind of reminds me of an F string, right? We have the curly brackets and then we can put our variables and constants in them and they will, Shams has a question. Not important to this lecture. Okay. So then you can see, I don't know how easy it is to see here, but then it's actually showing up on the site and it's using our constants that we put John and then 10 and 20 over here. And then even adding it, you can do, and it will show us 30. Okay. So that's a little bit, that was like a little pop quiz for you guys and you guys did very well. Good job, Hisham. Get A+. For some other like basic syntax, I just want to go over in case it's ever useful is this if and else statement in the actual JSX. We have this if else statement that looks like this. Okay, so it's a little bit weird. It's kind of saying like, oh, if is logged in, if they are logged in, then either say welcome back, else, which is this colon, please log in. Okay, so that's just kind of something you have to remember. Ask ChatGPT if Shamsa wants to add something.
The question, it's the semicolon, that's just a replacement for if and else, so if you're in 150, it'll just be, you're gonna learn that later. Don't worry.
Okay, yes, so it's very applicable here too, which is good. Then we also have this, which is a shorthand form. I think there's a word for it, like short circuit something. This is, if it's true, then put this, okay? So that's just like two things you remember syntax wise. You can always search this up on like ChatGPT or anything. Then one fun thing that I wanted to show was these icons, because when I was creating my app for my internship, I was having trouble actually getting the content on the screen and actually the data analysis part. And I kind of like added some nice icons, nice pictures, and my manager was thoroughly impressed. So I would say, like, as long as it looks good, part of it is like really the optics of it. So this React icons is really, really cool because all you have to do is this npm install. And then you can, oh no, I should have probably linked that in. Okay. But then you can actually like, let me link it in right now. Great. Okay. You can actually browse them and it's really cool. You can like go to this one. And then like this activity if you're creating like a health app, and all you have to do is to import this activity button. Like you have to take this name that's up here. And then you can literally place it anywhere in your app and it should show up. So this is just a really cool way to enhance your website a little bit. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So to continue on, we have this router navigation. We're gonna, I think, take a look at it in our portfolio building portion of this lecture. But mostly, I just wanted to highlight that we need to do an npm install for React Router DOM. And the second part is that we're gonna have these routes, okay? So here is, what's this word for like, for the URL? There's a better word, but I can't remember it right now. But basically, like there you just specify what path you want it to be, like about whatever, like home, and then you will link a component to it. So like if we imported import app.js here, we can just do this dash and then do app, and then it will show up on the home screen, or the first screen wherever there's slashes in your URL. So I hope that makes some sort of sense. No, just kind of going over like brief things before we go into portfolio because I don't want them to be like super confused what's going on. Okay. Then I think this is this is the second to last thing is mapping. So this is something that I wanted to include because I feel like it's in almost every single front end thing. I did it in Django. You basically will like map anytime you want to do like I think, oh no, I guess I don't have it. Wait, it's under behind this. Yeah, it is. Okay. So surprise slide. So basically this is how it would be in normal HTML, right? Okay, so this is how it's going to be in JavaScript. You're going to have to actually map through each one. And each of those like those, I forget what's like the bullet points or the links or whatever, it's going to be the name that's in that list, and usually specify some sort of key. You can put another list for a key that you want to go through, but they also have this index where you can just index through it. So that's how to map. The last thing that I will go through is styling. So for CSS styling, there's 3 types of styling: inline styling, CSS styling, and conditional styling. So inline styling is personally my favorite, especially if you're already using like Bootstrap or Tailwind or something like that, because you want to just change small little things. You don't want to change the whole CSS. So I have only used pretty much inline styling. There's also the CSS styling, which is just, it looks like it really just a very normal CSS. CSS file. And then lastly, there's conditional styling, which is, you can add actual logic to it if the background color if the count is even numbered, then do blue versus, or else do green. I'm pretty sure that is that what it's saying? Yeah. Okay. So that's conditional styling. Okay, so now we're moving on to building the portfolio. How much time do we have left? 40 minutes is way too long for building the portfolio. But yeah, we can like just send everyone in groups and then we can come around and help you if you want to actually do something with it. But I want everyone to go onto the slides and go to this GitHub to this link. But before you do that, let me show you how I got to there in the first place, in case you don't, in the future, there's not me to help you, guide you through this. So first you would go to GitHub, okay? And I would just search up for anything. Look at Shorian. Okay, so I would, yeah. So I would search up like React resume portfolio. Okay, whatever. The spelling is wrong, guys. Okay, so now we have all of these different portfolios here. I would instead do like most stars. The only problem with most stars is sometimes it's out of date. Like you could, oh, actually that's pretty good. But sometimes like years ago is most stars, but we could just go on to some of these. The first thing I do when I look at, this is not a good example. The first thing I do when I look at some of these is look at the languages, and is it the language that I want to work with? This one is TypeScript and not JavaScript, so it's probably not going to be the right fit for everyone today. But if you knew TypeScript, we'd probably use that one instead. I also will go through the README and see, like, are they using Yarn? Something that you'll come across is Yarn and NPX, I'm pretty sure, and those are just different ways of, it's just another version of NPM, I think. So this will usually tell you how to actually like install and like run your portfolio. And it's great because it tells you exactly how to run it. And so now you have all this code, okay, all this code, and you can run it on your local machine. Just change up a few things and big bam, big boom. Whatever that thing is, you have your own website. So this is probably like one of my favorite things to do. And since everyone here is here today, let me tell you a little secret, which is Hack Dearborn website 1 and Hack Dearborn website 2. Wait, no, 2 is made from scratch, right? Basically. I don't remember. But Hack Dearborn 1 was pulled off of this GitHub. Literally, what was it called, Shums? What was it called? It was this really weird name, and we yeah, some really weird lingo hacks or something. And we had to like go through and change like all the logos and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So very applicable. Okay, so now that we've gone through that, now everyone go to this link. This is one that I found beforehand. And we want to clone this. So let me know when everyone's opened this link. We haven't even got to cloning. Just open the link first, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Are you seriously the issue?
Yes, I'm old. Okay, I'm old.
So. And just the hitch design.
Yeah.
But this, I don't know, the update is something. No, buddy.
Nothing works.
Not happening, so. I don't.
Is there a way that you can open WhatsApp?
I use this.
Yeah, I love WhatsApp.
Copy that. No.
You don't have. I underscore and I messed up probably.
Yeah, that's, you don't have it.
Yeah. So you got a CS project.
Oh, wait, wait, press up.
No, so you, that level, I'll just do another. You have to see the.
Sweet. No, they do. Just the G doesn't. Do I need that? Oh, wait, when?
I just put it in. So this is how you go to different Oh, and then you're gonna. Okay, so now. Wait, I just. Can I put it in the? Yeah. You want to know? I should that. How to get. Yeah. Okay. So do LS.
I
mean,
if it's the same project,
The name is.
Okay, and you're going to your CDIR.
And then you're gonna do.
Wow.
Yeah.
NPI,
So that's
NPI,
what
right. And you have to install it.
I put it in that'd be like, or, no, I have put it in desktop.
Maybe.
I'll go to desktop then, so
Let's go.
go back to desktop. Right. That's then the third one.
Yeah, so and it's installed. And then if you're done, you'll see the actual website. It should be. Now, after that, you just modify stuff, you do whatever. No, you're gonna change stuff to your own name. And then, if we have, I don't know if we can roll this when you. On the interface. That's actually.
You're wondering.
Just go with this. So then you also special. Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, okay, so now the command is git. And then space, git, G-I-T. Space,
Okay.
and then copy the link that you, paste the link you just want.
I do LS.
And you don't have git, you don't have git. Okay, so
Let me go through that.
what's the command to install git on the?
Yeah. No, you have to.
Yeah,
No,
git install. So you can,
No.
app install.
We're supposed to go to Git website. Yeah.
Okay, just go to the git website.
Can you go to get.cloud?
Sorry, what?
Or when
Oh,
you-
yeah,
Go
okay.
to the website,
Yeah.
when get.cloud.
No.
Windows.
For
her question.
I don't know what you're saying.
I mean.
Hi. No worries.
It just. There's just too much stuff going on.
No worries. All right. Thanks for at least stopping by. I really appreciate it. Bye, Michael. Okay. So if you're having any trouble at all, I'm gonna be doing it from my side too, if you've never used Git to clone anything. So all I've done so far is open this website link. And now I'm gonna go to code. And then click this copy button. And then I'm gonna exit out of this terminal, terminate. I'm gonna open a new terminal and cd into documents because I don't want to do this. And then I'm gonna git clone. Okay, oh, that's better. And then put the HTTPS thing here. Okay, and then after it says resolving delta is 100% done, I'm gonna do an LS just to see what the name of that is. As you can see, Cool Kitty is still here. But also this new resume portfolio starter pack is here. So I'm gonna do CD resume. And now it's here. And if Mac did code dot, then I would have done code dot now, but it doesn't, so.
Yeah, you don't have to install.
I just installed it. I haven't really.
Can you open up?
Now I'm gonna open it on my Visual Studio Code because that's not already open.
Definitely just. Definitely just. Hey, come on. There you go.
Woohoo! Now this is done.
Oh, just a man.
Okay. Just the file, the folder. The folder is called Resume Portfolio Starter Pack. Are you laughing at?
No, I'm just talking when I'm.
Okay.
Ooh. Anyway, we just wait.
CD space dot dot. Yeah. Okay, is everyone good here? It really sounds like they're not good over here. Should I go come and help? Okay. Everyone's good. I feel like I should move on.
Okay,
Everyone's bored.
Morning.
Okay, guys, now that we have this open, can someone tell me what the next step is? I haven't done anything. I've just opened it. I've git cloned it. I've opened the project. What do I do now? Yes, Nathan. If I had candy, I would give you candy. Okay. So why npm install? I'll give double candy to someone who can answer this question. Yeah, Shams has candy. Yeah, go.
Download all the dependencies, the packages, the libraries.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a very good answer. So we don't know exactly what Sony Sangha has added onto this website, what different dependencies, what different things they've added. Actually, it looks like they use Tailwind on this and like many different things. So my local machine does not have that for this project directory, right? So I need to npm install. So I'm going to go ahead and npm install. And make sure you're seeded into the right resume portfolio starter pack, okay? Yeah. Okay, this is what I'm talking So I genuinely tried to find one with less vulnerabilities, but this is what we got. So this is what we're working with.
No? Why not? Just make
Yeah, this over here. There's an outlet. What do you need? Like a Windows? Okay. Okay, outlet. Yeah, there's one here.
Oh, I see the problem.
Okay, now someone tell me what to do now. Yes, good job, Ali. Oh, it didn't work.
Probably called something else.
Oh, guys, okay, so yeah, sorry. What is it? Right. Okay, so I think this is something to do with like the differences in the versions or whatever, but for this one we're gonna do npm start.
Oh, no, it works. Just do.
All right.
I don't know. This is not just.
Good? Okay, good.
Like, this is the.
So now I have this wonderful website that has animation and everything, and basically I created it. So now I can just put my own name on it, add my own links. There is one thing that I wanted to explain to everyone is that this resume thing that he has here is actually getting fetched from resume.json. So basically it's just, I don't want to confuse everyone, but like basically we're gonna do it together, so don't worry about it. What else? I feel like the first thing that we should do is change our name, right? Yeah, change it to the right name. That would be good. So
The JSON file, the package? No, I think it's in the file. No.
What are we looking for?
No, sorry, I think it's in the resume.
Oh, yeah, the resume data.json is there.
In the resume. Oh, yeah, that. Wait, I need to-
Okay.
I think you can just open up the resume data.json.
Okay.
Change your name.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, what was the issue? What's the issue? Oh, that's a good issue. I'll help her after. That's a different issue. Okay, let's see if this actually fixes it. Guys, to be honest, I haven't gotten this far in the presentation, so this is all just this is all just improv from here. Why is that working? Okay, also I'm changing this because I don't want this to be anywhere. CEO, well, I'll just do CEO. Okay. So, can someone tell me what a hot reload is? Good job, Saad. Good job. Good job. Okay, so as you can see, it was super easy, and now this website is officially stamped with my name, Huda Husseini. I am based in London. And I sleep and breathe and eat React, which is a really sad statement to me. Okay, yeah. So now everyone take 10 minutes and just like go through a resume. What am I showing? Oh yeah, let me re-show the code. Okay, so does everyone have the resume starter pack open in VS Code, in the blue VS Code? I'm just open the folder resume portfolio start. Just that. Don't ignore all of this. Oh, okay. Okay, so if everyone's open this and has the folder open, then let me talk about how we eventually, like me and Ethan both like got to got to the conclusion that it's in that resume.js. So first, like I said before, I'm gonna open app.js and see what type of data or what type of stuff is going on here. So it looks like it's fetching from this resume data.json. And that's how I know that all my data is going to be from this resume data. And
On the finding. Ah, yeah. On the file name, yeah.
I can't control click it.
Can you change? You can go to.
I can go to this, but that's not the same thing. Yeah.
Just find.
Yeah.
You could just find them.
No. There's no control click. I'm sorry, Shams. Okay. So now we're on a mission to find resume data.json. So usually public is where like most of the static things remain, right? So like all your images are gonna be there, any logos, assets are gonna be in public. So what I am understanding is that this resume data.json is just his static data. So I opened public and I myself found this resume data.json where I can go ahead and change all this different stuff and it should update on the website. Yeah, let's see what else I've done.
I'm the green. I'm gonna put this word in there instead. Face. I'm gonna put the control R. Word there. And we're gonna have interview sessions. Yeah.
Wait for that. And then it can start.
Very nice. I guess we're gonna Yeah, now you can change stuff in the portfolio. Like you usually have to know how you.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, that's how I figured out how it worked. Wait, 1 second, sorry. I just want to add one thing. So remember those icons I told you guys about, like React icons? You can see that they literally listed them here, and they're going to be using them in the actual JSX. So you could change the icons from that website I showed you, just change it over here, and it will show up as a new icon. Sorry, what was your question?
For example, how this person is built like the entire like so do like stuff like this and then can you like use the same stuff and nobody like understands it?
So for anything that's not like a company thing, like,
Open source thing.
yeah, but if it's a company thing, then you have to make sure that they're okay with open source. My company is like, oftentimes if they want to like license it or patent it or they want to like sell it, then obviously no, right? But for like a resume, yeah, it's whatever. You can just use it and who cares? Even for like your own personal website.
Also,
Yeah.
how did you get your first internship?
Okay, so this is a very good question. So I was doing a lot of resume prep, and it's kind of like that thing of like opportunity means preparation. Like, what is it? Like, luck is like opportunity, but you know what I'm saying. So like I was doing a lot of resume reviewing, and then Shams actually told me that Bosch is looking for people, and so I went to the company website, and I like in the blurb where it talked about like why you were like you want to do this job. I like talked about how Bosch came to like my 7th grade class and like did like these, and I really like tried to make it personal and like I mean that was a cold application, yeah.
But like
What do you mean mass application? Yeah, I mean, yeah, and even now.
strategy or like this, I mean, you need to have some connection with that.
Honestly, the best way I would say is like, first of all, start with people around you. Then the second thing is like ask people for referrals. Yeah. Ask people for referrals for their company because they get money for like hiring you in, and so they want to like even they get money, so they get bonuses. So they in like if you wanted to like ask even alumni from the school or something like
15 minutes left.
okay.
Okay, so is everybody to the point where they can change their portfolio resume data?
Was it your?
Yeah, everybody's there? Okay, cool.
Oh, your was
So
freshman year, yeah.
what else? is
Okay, I
next?
have to move on to stuff which is
It's a hard thing to conclude, you know, something difficult.
why are you like banking on my failure right now? What should I show? Like a button? Let's see what I have over here. Okay, anyone that wants to continue working on their resume, they can, their resume portfolio. If not, I'm just gonna show 1 or 2 things, just small things that I've learned over the years. One of it is like, okay, so I'm gonna create a name like my.js, or no, huda.js, huda.js. Okay, and so now that we have that really cool extension that everyone downloaded, we're gonna do RAFCE, and this will create a error component, and it will populate everything for your. Thanks for the audio. Okay, so this is like gonna make it really easy to create any new components. I think what I'll show now, since I see people like looking at me, like what I'm gonna show next, I'm gonna show this example that I have saved in my notes file, which is passing a prop to a child component. I don't know if this will work, so let's all figure it out together. Okay. So we have this, let me make it, let me, Notes app is personal. So don't want to show this. Okay, how do I make this bigger? Okay. It's not, the Zoom thing is not working. I did. Okay, let me just add it to VS Code and then I'll figure it out. Okay. I don't know what all this is. This is that. Shams, ek picture खींच लो. Okay, and this is this.
It doesn't work again. I mean, yeah, your keyboard works. Maybe the small one. How express SPM. Why? So don't do like. Yeah. So it's S drive. I just use. That's like. Contributing to the repository. Like the repository is not. If you want contributing to it, you can get push, get add.
And this is my child. Okay. I honestly don't know how this was on the online here. That makes a production. Oh, guys, we missed one really big thing. Let's talk about how we can get it on Vercel, right? Like how we can deploy. Oh, dang it. No, okay, part 2 is coming in the Vercel workshop at the pre-hackathon event. Wow, is Vercel a sponsor? Okay. Okay. Versa. Let's see. I think I already. Let me go to Safari.
Oh, that's cool.
Deployment, we're going to deployment.
Yeah,
So who knows what Vercel is?
thanks, Shams.
Okay, fundamentals, good. We learned all about Vercel.
Who knows what GitHub pages are?
What's the GitHub page?
Can someone else say while I figure this out?
So when you post to like.
Yes, yeah, so
Yeah.
you can make your own like little website on GitHub. We only get one free to host, I think, for students, right? We
What?
only get one. I think it's one for.
Really? Wait, it's hosted for free on GitHub. Isn't it one off your link?
No.
If you want just, if you don't want anything, if you just want github.io, like your username.
That's the wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure each thingy can.
Oh, I use Netlify. That's why it doesn't work.
There are other ways. Only free, so it's only like, you know, you can put your own thing.
Yes, you guys can post a
Make
personal
multiple
image
people.
dot edu.
Inside of that?
You just have to transfer your files to the.
Okay.
server.
I like Netlify better. Okay, guys. So there's a few different ways to host a website. Why do we want to host a website? So that we can link it on our resume, just like a link. If it's localhost, obviously no one else can access that except yourself. So there's a variety of different things. There's Heroku. But actually, can someone give me a name of a thing to host your website on? Yes.
Testifying?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Yes.
Personal image study.
Wow, that's a plug. Okay, there's also like Heroku and then Vercel, as we've mentioned. There's also one that we used for Hack Dearborn too, but I can't remember which one it is. It's some really good one. No, it was the weird one, the private domain. Okay, anyways. So no, that was the domain provider. Okay. Import and let's see. So I'm on Netlify right now. This is what I'm choosing to do. I honestly haven't done this in a long time, so I'm just gonna like go with it. But basically, I'm gonna import an existing project or deploy manually, actually. Drop it. Okay, browse to upload. I'm gonna go to Documents, Starter Pack, and upload. And let's see if it works. I feel like oh, okay, it's doing something. Wow, if this actually works, I don't know. Okay, man. Let's see if I can do it with start from a template. No, this is like a thing.
Yeah.
And then you have to import an existing project. Right, okay, yeah, this is how I did it before. So, yeah, so, what you would have to do is you would have to take this repository that we just did, and we're gonna like add it to our own GitHub, How much time do we have? Can we go through that, or is it too much? Okay, we don't have time for that. So, okay. Basically, what we're going to do is, yeah. I actually forget. I'm gonna need everyone's help here. How do I create a remote repository from my thing? Yeah.
Just fork the repo instead.
Fork the repo. Yeah, you could do that. But then we already like did a git clone and stuff, so. Okay.
What do you have on your?
Yeah, but I need to create a git.
No, you can do it from Frontend.
Yeah, so how do I do that?
Open your Visual Studio Code.
Okay,
The right side, see the fork, the number 4 on it.
yeah.
Click on it. And then, okay, go to. Wait, no one, because that.
Yeah, that's gonna commit to that one.
I mean.
Okay, hold on. It's just gonna take one. Let's just go through like I'm just figuring this out at home, okay, guys? Actually, we're gonna figure out what this help tab was this whole time. It was ChatGPT, Stack Overflow, and React Crash Course. So this is ChatGPT. I just opened a new one, so I'm not too exposed, but okay. So how to create remote repo. Yeah.
You can just create a branch from main and deploy that branch. I don't know. That's not, I mean.
Okay, yeah, this is how we're gonna do it. So we're gonna do.
Actually gonna be.
Yeah. Do you wanna do it? Do you wanna come up here and do it? Nathan! All right, I wanna introduce Nathan into the.
How do you use a mic?
Okay, Nathan.
Where's your Git? Ah, yeah. Fork. Create fork. Yeah, now go to your settings, I guess. And GitHub pages. Does anyone know what the pages thing is?
It should be.
Pages.
Yeah.
Deploy from a branch. Yeah.
You should have a separate Git workshop.
Yeah.
That was really good.
So we'll figure that out later. I
Yeah.
think we're good to.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you guys for coming.
Okay, also just to save a little bit of my dignity, I want to say that Shams put this presentation on me yesterday at 4 p.m. So I had less than a day to do this. Why is it Shama's gonna
Okay,
do it instead?
Listen up. Let's can I pull the slides back up? Okay, everybody listen up. We need people to volunteer for the pre-hackathon workshops. We're still looking for 2 workshop leader volunteers. So please make sure to do that. There's like just text me. Honestly, just text me at this point. But also sign in for attendance if you haven't done that already to get your DDSC points. And then we'll see you at the next one next Thursday. 5:30 to 7, different room maybe. Room TBD. We're gonna do back end stuff. We're gonna back end or APIs, something like that. But thank you, Huda. Let's give a big round of applause. Amazing.
Thank you.
Okay. See you guys next week.
Bye. Come
Bye.
again.